But belief is an action. It's not an intellectual, emotional, or spiritual concept. It's an action. If I tell you that something is hot, don't touch it. If you believe me, you don't touch it. But you can tell me you believe me and still touch it. Then did you really believe me? No. Because maybe you didn't believe the part. Actually, let me rephrase that. I say, it's hot, don't touch it, you will burn yourself. And you're thinking, oh no, I can handle that. This happens a lot with adults when things come out of the oven and they're grabbing trays and things and like, oh no, it's not that bad, I can handle it, I can hold it. You know, and by the way, I know people that over years of working in like baking and cooking can do and handle a lot more heat than some of the rest of us. But there are those of you that think you can more than you can. And the person says, be careful, you're going to burn yourself. And then guess what? You burn yourself. Now, did you believe the person? No. Because in your head, you're like, no, I won't burn myself. Okay, but you believed them when they said it was hot. People believe Messiah is Messiah, but then they don't act like they believe it. Okay? Your actions, as James will teach us, right, in James chapter 2, demonstrate in the three-dimensional world your belief. If you believe, you take an action. So it says, those who believe in him, on him, whatever that's like a weird sort of word, on him. I don't know what that even means, believe on him. But those who believe in Messiah won't be put to shame because they're going to walk and act and do things in accordance with the actions that prove that you're drinking unadulterated milk, that you've put aside all that other junk, and that you are doing like the living stone that you're supposed to be growing into as you transform from what you are into what he is. Amen? Okay? That's the challenge here. So, but they just want to read verse 6 and say, look, he who believes on him shall by no means be put to shame. Well, not unless you do something that puts you to shame. But the assumption is that if you believe, you won't do it. You won't do the things that bring shame. If he says, as the spirit of, we were called according to, set apart by the Spirit unto obedience. So he says in Exodus 19, if you do what I say, I'll take you as my people and all this other blessing will come, etc. So when he says, don't eat A, B, C, D, or whatever, if you believe that he is creator, then you're not going to eat that. Not just do you believe that it's not, because some people say, well, I know it was bad for people back and blah, 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 but they do things differently today and it's blah, blah, blah. No, don't argue whether or not it's applicable to now because you think he said it, that's it. Because you believe in his authority. You believe that he has the authority to tell you, don't do that. Do this. Don't do that. Do this. Either you believe that or not. And how is it shown? By your obedience, by your actions. But we were called on to obedience. That's the covenant. That's the contract. Okay? They knew and experienced and believed that Elohim existed. They heard his voice at Mount Sinai. But then did their behavior exemplify their belief? No. They were laid low in the desert because of their lack of belief. Not belief in his existence, just in their belief that they needed to actually listen. You see? So, well, I'm a Christian and I believe on the Messiah and I believe on him, so therefore I can't be put to shame. Well, it all depends on what you do. If you're doing things that are shameful, you're going to be put to shame. Believing in him isn't going to change any of that. Now, it may change what you understand brings shame. If you understand the Torah and don't keep it, that brings shame. When you don't understand the Torah, that's not necessarily shameful. You don't know what you don't know. But you are responsible for what you do know. And everybody that's keeping the 9 commandments, I meant 10, of course, but 9 being, because we won't argue about the 4th one in Shabbat. They know it's shameful to commit adultery. They know it's shameful to murder. They know it's shameful to steal. They know it's shameful. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But yet, oh no, I can't be put to shame. I believe in Messiah. That's ridiculous. And nothing I read says that unless you'd read that verse completely without any context. This context is verse 6 comes after telling you that this is to those set apart by the Spirit unto obedience, those that have put aside then all the evil, etc. This is those who are newborn babes drinking and desiring the unadulterated milk and are growing by it. This is talking about very specific people who have drawn near to Him. That's what it's talking about. You need context.